What's up, y'all? Welcome to another exciting episode of Cut the Bull. I'm your host, Masé. This is my podcast. This is where we keep the shit real, unfiltered, uncut, and we don't spare no motherfucking feelings, bro. Today, I got a guest host on the show. He go by the name of Jay Brooks. He's a recording artist out of California. Man, go ahead, lace them people, let them know about you.
Of course, my name Jay Brooks. Came out here from California. Um, you can follow me on Instagram at j.brooks93. Um, when I first came out here, I kind of, didn't have no direction of where I was going, and but I still always had a passion for the music. So, trying to push my way, find connections. I found myself becoming a barber out here first, and then finding my passion back into the music after I found out I wasn't gonna do
Right?
anything with ball. Um, and rewind before California, I was in Michigan, and I moved when I was about 16 to Cali, and it was just like
What part of Michigan you was in, bro?
I was in Saginaw, Michigan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cause I know some people out in Muskegon, man.
oh, Muskegon, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, same. But yeah, I had moved from Saginaw, Michigan. It's about an hour and a half north of Detroit, and I just started life in Cali and started recording and doing stuff out there as well.
Right on, man. Right on, man. Well, welcome to Austin, man. It's a pleasure to have you out here, man. And y'all know my story, man. You know, I was living in California before I moved to Austin, but I'm from Houston. I've traveled all over the world. I lived in Italy for 2 years with my uncle that played in the NBA. My uncle Cadillac Anderson, Greg Cadillac Anderson. And man, I've been all over the U.S., man. I've lived all over the U.S. I was in New Orleans for 2 years. I was in Junction City, Kansas for 2 years. I was in Atlanta for a couple of years, but I'm banned from Atlanta, so I can't go back. That's another topic for another episode, actually, man. While I'm sitting up here saying that shit, but yeah, man, I'm deep in the music industry too, man. I recorded my first song in 1998, and in Houston, man, and like I'm very enriched and deep into the SUC sound, the Screwed Up Click sound, DJ Screw, RIP. You know what I'm saying? I got a song with Lil Kiki, and you know that's my roots when it comes to music. You know what I'm saying? And so, I lived out in LA for 4 years doing music out there, and man, it's just the music industry is it's cool, man. Like I like making music and writing for artists and putting out projects and putting out singles and just displaying my talent, man. The reason why I started rapping was because in Houston, man, it's a certain way. We have a certain style, basically. And back in the early 90s and mid 90s and shit, we gravitated towards West Coast style of rap. And, like, so our style down in Houston is a little bit more laid back because, we were smoking high grade weed like LA niggas, like way back, you know what I'm saying, before like hydro and shit like that even made it to the East Coast and shit, man. And, we still serve down in Houston, bro. So, like, the flow is laid back, and we are real freestyle kings, bro. Niggas in Houston really freestyle, not like how some artists on the East Coast and the Midwest and shit they say it's a freestyle, but really they just wrote down a bunch of shit, and in the middle of rehearsing it or reciting it, they just take certain elements out of the room. It could be a person or a thing in the room, and they just implicate it into their written down rap, and it makes it feel like a freestyle. But in Houston, bro, we got this shit called Off the Top of the Dome, bro. And like we really freestyle off the top of the dome, kind of like Biggie, Jay-Z type shit, you know what I'm saying? And man, so I met Buddy, bro, Jay Brooks, man, in the mall, man. He was in that hoe doing this thing. I was doing my thing, coming back from the Apple store. And we clicked on some music shit, and you know what I'm saying, just I let the boy know I was doing a podcast and shit. He let me know he was an artist, and I was like, hey, bro, come jump on the motherfucking podcast, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Facts,
Like,
facts.
it was him and his brother, man. I was like, man, come jump on the podcast, bro. And so, shit, he pulled up. So, shit, this is what y'all finna get, man. Now, we got a few topics that we gonna push on and press on, man. We gonna press on the industry as far as what it mean to us personally. I think we already covered that. And the next issue we gonna get on, man, is the crazy shit in the industry, especially like out in Cali, but the industry as a whole surrounding this Diddy shit, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? Cause I ain't gonna lie, I'm not even gonna put out personal information about my experiences, you know what I'm saying, in the industry out in Cali, man, but I seen some wild shit, man. I've seen some wild shit, bro. And what you think about this shit? Like, man, all the Diddy shit and shit. Have you ever like been in a situation where you seen some weird ass shit, bro?
Nah, see, I ain't never been I ain't never been in a situation where I'm coming to encounter with that like one-on-one type deal and just been in a uncomfortable situation. But Hollywood itself is just,
Highly weird.
yeah, it's real weird. And I got homies that been
What part of LA you coming out of, bro?
I actually came from Riverside, so
Okay.
Riverside, California, about an hour east of LA. And I just, I got homies that done did the Golden Globes for bodyguarding, and I got homies that run a security company and kind of, was doing security for Jay-Z's after party for I
Not
think
that, not that after party where the girls say Jay Z and Diddy raped her.
not that.
Man, that
But
shit crazy.
but he was definitely talking about how a lot of, it was a lot of boys out there that we may listen to or know as artists and stuff like that, or just people that's in the movie industry that was just real flamboyant. And he was like, it just seemed weird. Like it seemed like everybody was kind of soft or something, like regarding like the dudes and stuff. So I mean, I got homies that definitely encountered some weird stuff, and it was, I mean, but as far as Diddy, man, bro, I don't know what that
Man,
man got
look.
going
So,
on.
man, it was 2008, bro, and my manager, she worked at Asylum Records for a little while, and she was freelancing on some shit, and we really like connected through like family. My baby mama, this is my baby mama cousin, and she started hearing my music and shit, and I was putting together some cool ass shit back when I was a youngin', man, and like she heard my shit and she was like, man, look, if you need a manager, man, like I would love to manage you, man, because you definitely got what it take and shit. So I was like, man, yeah, fuck it, like that's some shit that I want to be on. And at that point in time, I had my own studio in Houston, bro, and so I agreed to let her manage me, and she ended up getting me a meeting with Capitol Records, and so we uh we got our appointment. We flew out to LA, and we got invited to this industry party in Beverly Hills, up in the hills. And so we go to the industry party, man. I get there, it's cool and shit. Everybody was chilling like in the kitchen, or like not really like the living room area or the formal dining room area, but like really like mainly in the kitchen and in the bedrooms and the restrooms, and out in the backyard where the pool and the jacuzzi and shit was, man. So I make my way out, I grab me a drink, you know what I'm saying? I had a few drinks in me. And like at this time, I think I was like, bro, like 25, 24, 25. And like we go out to the backyard and shit, and like everybody chilling and shit. And I look over and I see a producer that everybody knows this guy. I'm not gonna put his name out there because you know what I'm saying. It's just I don't do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I believe people personal business and their sexual orientation and shit is like private and behind closed doors and shit like that. But I see this guy, and he's my favorite producer of all time, bro. And like I see him sitting down on one of the I guess like a sun chair, you know what I'm saying? The one that you lay back and shit. And it was two large women looking like beings The one was on his lap, and another was sitting next to him on the sun chair. And I look over there, and as I get closer, I'm starting to realize that these are not women at all. You know what I'm saying? And like, bro, this is back in 2007. So like, you know, the LGBTQ community, like the transgender community, like they, nah, bro, in 2025, like shit. It's hard to tell now, you know what I'm saying? But back then,
Yeah.
oh no, it was like that's that you a man, you're not a woman. And this producer that I know was married with children, and it fucked me up. I'm 25, I'm a nigga from Houston. I had never seen a trans person in real life ever in my life at that point. And so as I'm getting closer, I'm realizing that these are not women at all. And I'm like, I said some shit out loud, bro. I said some shit out loud, and basically I got blacklisted from the industry. Like,
What?
I've told this story like so many times, and like the industry know that I'm blacklisted. So I'm not even like telling on myself or nothing like that. But long story short, I was like, man, such and such, man, them niggas sitting on such and such lap, man. Them niggas, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? And so everybody heard me, and it was one of the moments where like the DJ square, like the music playing, and like it was like when I said that shit, the music kept playing, but it was like, like everybody looked at me like he is not cool. He don't belong here, bro. So me and my manager, we got escorted out the party, and they had a limousine to come and pick us up. That let you know what time this shit was on. This before Lyft and Uber and all of that shit, bro. They had a limousine to come pick us up, and they took us straight to the airport. They didn't even bring us to our hotel to pick up our bags and shit. And when we got to the airport, bro, I'm asking about my bags and shit. Another car pulled up, bro, and they had all our bags that they got out of our hotel and everything. I don't even know how they got in our hotel room because we booked our own hotel. Well, I let her book the hotel for me. But I asked her, and she was like, nah, we was the only people that had access to our hotel. So how they got in our hotels to get our bags and deliver our shit to the airport, nobody knows. They had plane tickets ready for us, and they sent my black ass back to motherfucking Houston, bro.
That's crazy.
So I've firsthand seen this industry and what really goes on when the cameras cut off and the lights cut off. And man, it's if I could take it back, I would take it back because that severely hindered my career. I make really good music, and just ain't nobody in the industry trying to really fuck with a nigga. And it's like I have to put all of my money, all of my videos, my music, and all of this shit. I pay for that shit out of my pocket. And these rappers that y'all be seeing with these jewelries on, that shit don't be real. And if it is real, these niggas is getting advances from the label, and they never recoup that shit, bro. They never make the money back. That's why you hear all these one-hit wonders. They come out with good music, and you see them with the jewels on and the cars and all of that shit. And then a year or two later, man, nobody know these niggas no more because when they made all of that money off of their hit singles or whatever, the one hit wonder type shit, the industry, the label takes all of that money, and the artist is still in the negative. You still in the red because they charge so much for engineering. They charge so much for the beats that they provide. They charge so much for the videos that they provide. They send you out of town on shows and shit, bro, and they charge so much for the hotels. The jewelry that they gave you, bro, they triple 10 time price that shit. You know what I'm saying? So when your song go platinum or double and triple platinum and you make all of this money, y'all think the money goes to that artist, but it goes to the label, and the artist get nothing because even though they song went platinum and double platinum, the money that they owe the machine, the label that they under, or the music company that they under, like I'm gonna just use for example Universal Music Group or Interscope or Asylum or anything like that, man, they owe them people so much money it they hit wonder. It doesn't cover the money that they say that they owe them. And by that time, the artist, he want to move out the hood. He want to buy his mama a new house. He want to buy his little sister a new Mercedes. And once you do all that with them people money, they telling you don't have no more money, and now you got to go slave and work to just to break even. And a lot of artists get frustrated with that shit and they drop out the game, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I definitely heard about that. Just watching like other podcasts and stuff.
yeah,
A lot of artists will get signed to a good amount of money, but if they, if their numbers don't triple or quadruple whatever that they getting paid, that they end up having to
yeah.
pay
And
the
then you end up owing the
owing them, owing
industry.
the
You
industry
end
and
up
stuff. Yeah,
owing the machine that, because these record companies, they make you look really rich. A lot of consumers and music people that listen to music and shit, you think that these artists are making a really lot of money, and really they are making a lot of money, but the money that their projects make, the record company gets all of that money first,
yeah,
and whatever advance they gave you, they taking that off top, and whatever they say that you owe them for studio time and production and all of that shit, they taking that shit off top too. And by the time it's all over with, let's say your single made $2 million, but you $4 million in the hole, and they done took all your money, and you done covered your advance and shit like that, but you still owe them $2 million. Now you locked into a contract that you can't do. You can't go nowhere as a solo artist and sign to another label. You can't even go and do your own thing solo, independent, because you are locked into a contract that says you can't go anywhere until you pay us all of this money back. You know what I'm saying? And that's
yeah.
why a lot of artists just, you never hear from them no more. Man, so I mean, we covered the industry. I mean, like, what you think about that Diddy shit, bro? You think he did it?
Diddy, yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's too many stories, bro. It's too many
Oh
people that,
shit.
you see Meek Mill, he going up over the internet, because the internet going up on him. So it's like you already proving it yourself. You guilty and you already went
Yeah.
through it with Diddy. And
Man, I just watched Candace Owens. Shout out Candace Owens, bro. That's my favorite black woman in the whole wide world, bro. I love me some motherfucking Candace Owens,
for
bro.
real, a lot of people don't
I
like
know a
that
lot of
girl.
black people don't
A
like
lot
her.
of black people don't
A
like
lot of
her.
Democrats don't like her, but she be talking some real shit. See, the truth hurt,
Yeah,
and when you talking that truth, motherfuckers don't want to hear that shit. They gonna try to black your eye. They gonna try to, you know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Oh, she hate Jews, or she hate black people, or she's not even a real black person. She not from the hood. She got a white husband. All that shit,
yeah. They
man.
hit her
Hey,
with
all
everything
that's
they
cool.
can't find.
All that's cool, but she still got that melanin. She still got it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And just because she don't conduct herself like a person from the hood, I think that's admirable. I think that's something to look up to. I think black people should look up to Candace Owens because she speaks the truth, and she's successful. She made something of herself, whether she come from a good family, father and mother household, or she come from a single mother. It doesn't fucking matter. She made something of herself, bro, and she's somebody, and she's black, and she's a woman, and that is significant to me. I like that.
Beautiful.
She got respect, morals, and a moral compass, and that's a lot. That's some shit that a lot of people, not even just black, just don't have these days. So I love me a Candace Owens, but I seen a podcast that she did because I watch her shit, and she was showing clips of Justin Bieber, man, and like he was on
Oh
different
man.
like podcasts and shit, and like he was talking about the industry and something about Billie Eilish, how he was trying to save her from going what he went through in the
Oh, gotcha.
industry, and I was like, man, just listening to his words and then looking back on the clips of when he was like 13, 14, 15, and Diddy was like, like, yeah, we're gonna go buck wild, and like it's like, how you gonna go buck wild with a 14-year-old little boy, man? But what does that even mean, man? You know what I'm
Gotta
saying?
look back on all of that now. Like,
So Diddy did it. We can agree on that.
yeah,
We agree on that.
looking
Okay.
back on
Diddy
making the
is Diddy
band and
is
all of that, you could
Diddy
just
is a
see
bad
it.
guy.
Like,
What about Jay-Z? You think he is
ooh, that's a tough one. I mean,
I know
Jay Z
it.
came out and spoke too. Like, he tried to save, save face, and I mean, but people say that he was.
See, well, the thing about Jay Z to me is a lot of people don't understand how powerful this nigga is because when he came in the industry, he didn't come in the industry with industry advances. He didn't come in the industry loaning money and lending money from record companies and record machines and shit. This man literally came in the money in the industry with drug money. This man was a millionaire already before he even wrote his first rap song, bro. So with that being said, you got a lot of pull. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a lot of pull. You gotta when the label, I don't even give a fuck if you do sign to the label. You can sign to a label. They don't know that they ain't know had money. They ain't know he was rich. And when they signed this nigga, that nigga came in that bitch like, man, nah, y'all keep all that money for them video shoots. Keep all that money for your studio time. I got my own studio. Keep all your photography money, your hotel fees. I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? Just give me the distribution.
Yeah.
So when you
Royalties.
come in the industry like that, it doesn't matter what industry it is. It could be the fucking oil industry. When you come in that motherfucker with your own oil rig, these motherfuckers got to dance to your tune. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I feel like Jay-Z is different and he shouldn't be implicated in that shit because Jay-Z don't come off like a sexual deviant. Like he never rap about, a lot of sex and shit like that. That nigga rap about dealing dope and
Yeah.
smart business moves and real estate
Yeah.
and you know what I mean? Like so I respect Jay Z, bro, and there's some other shit about Jay that I just won't go on camera and say, you know what I'm saying? But the nigga is he that nigga, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know Jay Z shot his brother when he was like 13 for wearing his gold chain to school. You know what I'm saying? Shot that nigga in the house. You know what I'm saying? In front of his people and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, man. They tried to implicate Jay Z and did it together on some coercion shit with some 13-year-old girl, bro. But
You don't
it
believe
never,
that?
nah, because the girl they interviewed her dad. In her official statement to the police, she said that Jay Z and Diddy raped her at an after party after a BET Awards, and Jay Z proved that he wasn't where she say he was because he was at a club after the BET Awards. That's what niggas do. Niggas don't go to no house party after the BET Awards. They go to the club, especially back then. You know what I mean? And he's on camera at the club. He wasn't at the house or wherever the fuck they say he was in LA. And they interviewed her dad. And she, in her statement, she said that Diddy and Jay Z raped her. And after the rape allegation, she called her dad, and her dad drove 1,000 miles to pick her up and bring her back home. They interviewed her dad, and her dad was like, "Man, I don't remember none of that shit. Like, I didn't do that." You know what I'm saying? So like, that's just it. Sounds like a money grab. Allegedly, everything is allegations, and we don't know until the shit come out in court. But on my show, on the Cut the Bull podcast, I'm finna cut the bullshit, and I'm gonna say that bitch lying. And if she not lying, then I'm gonna look like an asshole. But I'm willing to take that. You feel
Yeah, because you,
me?
you rock with Jay Z in that story. I feel that.
Yeah, man. So, man, coming from California, man, coming from the LA area, how you feel about these motherfucking California wildfires and shit that's going on, bro?
Yeah, it's crazy. Just gotta pray for everybody in LA. That was a nice area. Uh, I don't
Yeah,
even know how to
man.
pronounce it. Cause I don't.
Palisades,
Yeah,
Malibu.
yeah.
Bro, the crazy shit is Malibu is right there on the motherfucking water. Malibu is right on the water.
Burnt
How the
everything.
fuck y'all run out of water and y'all on the ocean? You literally on a ocean with you can't take all the water out the ocean, bro. It's impossible to take all the water out the ocean. So how the fuck you didn't have enough water to put out fires when you literally next to the ocean? Like LA, y'all know that y'all suffer wildfires all the time. Y'all should have been implicated some motherfucking pumps, some water pumps, some industrial sized water pumps. I'm talking about the shit that they put on cruise ships and oil tankers to pump water in and out the ship. Like that's all you need. It's some motherfucking water pumps and run the lines under the ground where you have a unlimited fucking source of H2O, because it don't matter if it's fresh water or salt water when it comes to putting out a fire.
Yeah.
As long as it's wet, nigga, you can use grape juice to put out a fire, nigga. But yeah, man, like my boy Jay Brooks said, man, pray for the people in LA, man. It don't matter if they rich or not. You know what I'm saying? Like people is people. People work hard for the shit that they have, man, and nobody deserves to have their fire insurance canceled 6 months before the fucking fires happen. And
Yeah,
now
that's what some other people were saying, that they canceled that 6 months before, and they starting to think that it's always
it's man,
controversy.
look, man, I'm gonna tell you some shit. Y'all know I'm the biggest fucking I am the biggest conspiracy theorist of this generation. I follow Jim Mars and Eric Von Daniken and Ancient Aliens, and like, you know what I'm saying? I look up to these people because they talk real shit and they try to bring as much shit they can to life. Like Bob Lazar and Phil Schneider, man. I look up to these people, bro. And most of them, all of them, most of them are dead except Eric Von Daniken and Bob Lazar. But direct energy weapons. That's something we got to talk. That's another podcast for another time, bro. But they have it. They definitely have it. And are they using it? Who knows? I know that this California wildfire shit it's inexplicable, bro. You can't explain how whole cities can burn down, bro. The Palisade and the Eden fires, bro, were 60 square miles, bro. 60 square miles. That's like from Austin, where we at right now, to Waco, and the same width, bro. That's a lot of fuck. That's a lot of fucking land, bro, that was burnt.
Yeah.
And y'all have free water in the ocean and couldn't nobody put it out.
They
It
try
don't
to
make
blame
sense to
the Santa Ana winds and stuff like that,
me.
or
Yeah,
whatever it is,
yeah,
or why it's burning.
yeah,
Yeah, that ain't real, man.
yeah, man. Uh, how you like living in Austin, bro? Come making a transition from Riverside, California. Shout out Riverside, California, to Austin, Texas, man. How that shit
Um,
is for you?
I feel like it's the closest thing to California. After I got done playing ball, I knew I didn't want to go back to California because I knew, where I was. I was just a broke college student that just graduated. So I wanted to stay somewhere where I had people and not having to spend too much. So I had some bros from California that was living out here in Austin, and I got my bro from my childhood who used to always come back to Michigan and visit. He went to A-Leaf Taylor, and then later on went to UT. He was living in Austin, so um, I just came out here, and he was like, "Bro, you want to be a barber? You want to do that? Come to Austin, bro. There's no black barbers in Austin, bro.
Yeah,
I promise you, you'll make a killing." And this is, and I was sold on it, and I'm not even good at
yeah,
cutting hair yet. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? I'm still taking 3 hours to try to figure out the fade and everything like that. But once I came out here, it just all came to it all
Came to
came,
fruition.
yeah,
Yeah.
fruition, and the vision came together, and everybody I met just came through cutting hair. Even
Austin
you.
is a nice place, bro. It's a place to move to if you're coming from like LA or Houston or New York, or like it's a lot of money out here. It's laid back and it's cheaper than LA and New York. You know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say it's cheaper than Houston because you get a lot more value for your buck in Houston when it comes to the housing market and shit like that, which I
Facts.
also follow. I ain't just no rapping ass nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, man, I can say Austin has been a blessing for me as well, man. And I've mastered Austin now. I'm kind of ready to move on to another city, but I'm comfortable where I'm at. I'm cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got anything else to add, man, to this podcast before I wrap this shit up, bro?
I got a project coming out February, either 7th or 8th. So, you be on the look for that. Jay Brooks on all
Yeah,
platforms.
man, that's Jay Brooks, Jay space bar Brooks, and you can catch my boy on Apple Music, man. I
Yeah.
listen to his shit and I like it. That's the reason why the nigga here today. You feel me? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, man, I'ma just tell y'all like this, man. Don't let nobody tell you no bullshit. You feel me? If you ever in a situation where you feel like somebody is bullshitting with you, don't take it. And if you ever in a situation where you feel like you finna bullshit somebody, don't do it. You feel me? Because right here on this podcast, if you listening to this, if you subscribe to this, we do not tolerate that bullshit. We cut the bullshit at the very first sign of it, man. I am your host, Masé. This is the Cut the Bull podcast. This is my beautiful red rose behind me. And man, y'all catch me on the next episode, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to like this shit if you like this shit. Don't forget to subscribe to this shit if you like this shit. Don't forget to share this shit if you like this shit. And if you don't like this shit, drop it in the comments. We out this bitch.